Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Nerdventures Tower for another stream. It's Friday. You made it through another work week. You made it through another crazy week. Hope we helped out with that a little bit. Just keeping you in touch with all the crazy, nerdy stuff that is going on. I see some people in chat talking about No Way Home leaks or whatever. I have not seen any of the new leaks. Please send me some stuff on Discord. I'm greedy. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I want it all. I want all the leaks. So give me all of that on the Discord. I have not seen it. But I tell you what I did see. I saw some crazy tweets yesterday from Daniel RPK, Daniel Ricksman, on Twitter, on his new Twitter account. Because, I don't know, Feige's coming for him or something, trying to snipe him out, so he had to make a different account. Regardless, very, very crazy stuff going on when it comes to Madam Web, Sony, and their plans for Spider-Man. So I thought it would be fun to first talk about what Daniel said, then talk about the history of this report, because believe it or not, there are reports going back to 2019 about Madam Web and Sony having plans for Madam Web. A lot of really fun stuff out there. And, you know, again, this is something that we have been speculating about as a community for a long, long time. So this will be really, really fun. There's mystery here. There's intrigue. We do not know how all of this is going to work. So, man, it's going to be fun. A lot of speculation today. I also want to say a couple of different things. I did fulfill my promise that there will be gambling on today's show. Gambling has been enabled. You do have the ability to gamble your nerd coin today, but I should warn you, you must roll over a 76 or higher to win. If you roll a 99 or 100, you will win 10 times. 10 times, and we might have to scale that back because that's a little wild. You may win 10 times the nerd coin that you put out. Fulfill me, Josh. Oh, yo, y'all are crazy. Proxy's like, no, there goes the chat. Fuck the chat. No! Everybody smash those like buttons, by the way. Please, please, please smash those like buttons. And I do want to say, although we are not doing it right now, we're doing it at the end of the show. We will be doing call-ins. Call-ins. Check it out. Go to the... Vito, did I just see you chime in just to gamble? This dude can't come in and say good morning. This dude can't come in and say what's up, everybody. His first shit in is gambling. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. But no, yeah, we will be doing call-ins in the back half of the show. So we have a lot to get into today. Nice Friday show for y'all. And we will also... We're doing a Prime stream, a Nerdventures Prime stream today at noon. I do want to warn everybody, it's going to be sort of a shorter stream. We'll probably just go for a half hour. I want to talk about some of the things that are on my mind, some of the things I think we might change with the content moving forward. It's an ever-changing thing, this YouTube game, so I want to talk about that a little bit with y'all. But then I am heading out of town. I'm going to see my cousin. I'm going to hang out with my brother from another mother for the duration of the weekend. And we're just going to be kicking it, man, talking about video games, playing some video games, watching a lot of anime, just hanging out, bro. So, you know, Neyman was kind enough to send me some recommendations for anime. Guys, if you have some recommendations for anime or just cool nerdy things that I should maybe watch with my cousin this weekend, because, dude, I'm vegging out, bro. I've been exhausted. I've been working like a madman. I am exhausted, and I need to just veg out. So if you're on the Discord, send me some recommendations, man. I'll go over them and see and talk to my cousin and see what he wants to do, and we'll go from there. Okay, so smash the like button, and let's get into this. Where's your gambling? Wait, what? The gambling's not working? Hang on. Let me adjust this. No, it should be on. It should be on. Let me see. Let me try it again here. Should be good to go, man. Let me double check here. Oh, you know what I might have to do? Okay, this happened before. Here's what I'll do. Some people are like, bro, I don't want it on, though. Okay, here's what I think I need to do. If I disconnect the cloud bot and then put it back on, it should work. Okay? So I just de-seed it. Hold up. Just reconnected it. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so playing some Halo tech preview. That's cool. Okay, so it should be back. Eli Thomas said, Visions pissed me off. How does the droid get the helmet? I know, it's pretty funny, right? Okay, boom. Should be working now. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. Oh, I don't want to show you all that. Oh, that's all the crazy Nerdcoin stuff. Hey, Renee, 15 months, Nerd Adventure member. What about the VV Throg, though? You can tell my wife about this one. Pretend you're taking my money. Okay, right on, brother. Throg. I mean, look, I'm going to get one. I don't necessarily... I don't know. It's hard for me to say, right? Like, dude, who knows with VV? It feels like everything's mooning on VV. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend the Throg for everybody. It's a $50 blind box. You know what I mean? So that's 50 Bonaroonies. Of course, if you get one of the really rare ones, you're gonna make money, and you'll probably make money long term, no matter what on it. If you want to sell it, I'm getting it as more of a collector. I plan on having a big old collection of VV NFTs and just NFTs in general, moving into the rest of time into the future. But yeah, I don't know. I think the blind box comic buys are really like if I am going to shill anything for VV, it's going to be that, just because like I think it's a great deal. It's a really cool product. It's super fun. It's something that's really like that we understand and get here. And they've been really doing well financially as well. So, okay, let's get into this. Thank you, Matthew. I will touch on that. Let's see. Have you seen the movie HBO spinoff? I did hear that, man. I did hear that. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's get into the news. Then we'll do some super chat Q&A, and then we will get some call-ins. Go check out the Discord if you want to try to be. Although you have to be a member. I'm going to start a thing in the Nerd Vengers community stage, so I will start that there, and that's how we'll do call-ins. Okay. Okay. Here we go. RPK Daniel says Sony will use Madam Web movie to keep exploring the Spider-Verse. Okay. This guy's like, what is Madam Web? Someone else was like, I'll do you one better. Why is Madam Web? And that's actually a fair question. Why is Madam Web? So let's first talk briefly here about the Madame herself, Madam Web. Okay? So, crazy character, man. How many of y'all remember Madam Web from the old animated Spider-Man show from the 90s? How many of y'all remember that? You remember that? Securing my spot for the call-in? Right on. Do you guys remember that? That's where I remember Madam Web most of all, okay? It was from back there in the show. Though Cassandra Webb suffered from a lifetime of blindness and many years of neurological deterioration due to miasma gravis, she compensated with her profound psychic abilities, establishing herself as a medium. Using these powers, Madam Web discovered Peter Parker's secret identity when Spider-Man rescued one of her students who had been kidnapped during a scam at the Daily Globe newspaper. Later, Madam Web helped Spider-Man prevent an assassination attempt against a political candidate when Black Tom Cassidy, that would be a fun character to get in the MCU, by the way, sent the Juggernaut to kidnap Web so he could use her powers for his criminal activities. She foresaw the attack and called Spider-Man for help. He was unable to stop the Juggernaut, who left Madam Web in a state of severe shock after he unknowingly removed her from her chair, which provided her vital life functions. Holy crap, this is like a lot. Okay, let's just keep going just because I want to do the full thing here. After being in a coma, she suffered short-term memory loss. She appeared temporarily forget Spider-Man's identity. She again contacted him for help since her power of precognition. She had witnessed her own impending death, believing that joining Norman Osborn in the arcane ritual called the Gathering of the Five would save her life. She asked Spider-Man to retrieve one of the 5 required artifact fragments. Each of the 5 participants would receive either knowledge, power, immortality, insanity, or death. Wow, a couple of those are bad deals, huh? Spider-Man succeeded, and in the course of the ceremony, Madam Web apparently received death. Oh, shit! Actually, she received immortality, and found herself much younger and healthier. Wow, okay, maybe it was a good deal. Soon after, Dr. Octopus created a Spider-Woman, using Cassandra's granddaughter, Charlotte Witter, whose siphoning powers absorb the abilities of each of the other female web slingers. Wow, that's really crazy. I didn't know about that. To capture Charlotte, Madam Web gathered some Spider-Women into the blah, blah, blah. Team was defeated, but later siphoned Madam Web's telepathy, re-aging her in the process. With the help of Spider-Man and Franklin, Madam Web determined how to drain Charlotte's power, leaving Witter unconscious in a dormant state. Madam Web, now youthful again, performed psychic surgery to sever her link to Charlotte and removed Charlotte and Maddie's memories from Spider-Man's identity. Madam Web continued to assist Maddie during the rest of her time as Spider-Woman. The Spider-Woman team eventually disbanded. Yo, what the heck? That's a lot of crazy stuff that, like, I didn't even, like, know about Madam Web. Like, I thought she was just some crazy cosmic entity that watched over Spider-Man. Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't know anything about that, all that. So she debuted in The Amazing Spider-Man 210 in 1980. Yeah. Really crazy. Her chair, designed by her late husband, is an elaborate life support system that keeps her blood moving, lungs breathing, and electricity coursing through her brain. Wow. Okay. So, there you have a little bit of Madam Web. Again, the thing I remember is that she was sort of like just talking about the cosmic web of reality. I remember her being involved in Spider Island and talking about the one and talking about the other and things of that nature. And so she is, because of her clairvoyancy, connected to the wider, cosmic universe out there, which is really crazy, okay? But to be honest, this was like a weird, this was kind of a letdown reading this shit. You know what I mean? Like, this was, like, I'm sure there's cooler stuff out there about her. In fact, I almost want to try the wiki, and holy crap, I see all this love and support in the chat. Oh my goodness. Timothy Gregg, thanks so much, man. Thanks to everybody that's been showing love. Damn. I will definitely go over all the super chats in just a little bit here, but let's hang on one second here. Am I missing something about Madam friggin' Web? She was not one of the mutants that lost her power during the decimation. She was attacked by Sarah. Powers and abilities. She is a mutant. Whoa, okay. Who possess psychic sensory powers like telepathy, clairvoyance. So the clairvoyance and prescience is sort of the way that she sees the future. She has gifted intellect. When dying, she displaced the ability to transfer a mutation to another individual. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Regardless, real crazy ass character. So let's talk about the history of this report. Okay. So, back in the friggin' day, an exclusive from Jeff Snyder, September 26th of 2019 over on Collider. And Jeff has good sources, man. Jeff knows what he's talking about here. So let's just get into this. Says here, Sony Pictures has tapped Morbius scribes Matt Sazmana and Burke Sharpless to write a Madam Web movie set in the Spider-Man universe. Collider has exclusively learned. Created by writer Denny O'Neil. I didn't know that. And John Romita Jr., Madam Web's first appearance in The Amazing Spider-10, published in Marvel Comics in 1980. Known as Cassandra Webb, she is usually depicted as an elderly blind woman suffering from a chronic neuromuscular disease that makes it difficult to move and breathe. As such, she's connected to a life support system that looks like a spider web. The clairvoyance character has precognitive abilities that once helped Spider-Man find a kidnapper. It's unclear who will produce the Madam Web movie, but Avi Arad and Matt Tolmack are likely candidates, seeing as they've served as producers for Venom and Morbius. Representation declined. Comment. In addition to the Marvel Comics, Madam Web has also appeared in the Spider-Man animated series as well as multiple Spider-Man games. I'm not familiar with the character in the comics, but one Marvel expert likened her to the Oracle in the Matrix movies and explained that she holds the key to a shared multiverse. So the development of a Madam Web movie may signal where Sony is looking to take the Spider-Man franchise next. Since of right now, the character will have no future ties to Disney's MCU. Since as of right now, that's interesting language. The character will have no future ties to the Disney MCU. These dudes wrote the upcoming movie Morbius. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the article there, okay? Now, back then, this was around the time that we believe, and a lot of what I'm about to talk about here in the next, 15, 20 minutes is pretty speculative. So, look, we know certain things about the movies that are coming out. I would argue we have had some things leak and a lot of rumors surrounding the different properties, right? Whether it's No Way Home, even Venom 2, Morbius, etc., etc. There's some stuff we know. There's some stuff that we speculate on, okay? Back in the day, in 2019, it was heavily speculated that Sony, because Sony has access to all the Spider-Man characters, it's over 900 Marvel characters that they have in a catalog to be able to use because they purchased the license to Spider-Man, okay? So within that 900, we were hearing some really wild stuff, right? Like Man-Wolf, you know what I mean? Like friggin' Madam Web, like Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman. There was some even crazier ones. I forget some of them. I'm trying to, like the one dude that had teleporting things on him. I forget the name of that guy, but there was like a teleporter dude. Solo, I think. Solo. Regardless, a lot of wild stuff reported out there that Sony was looking to use. And just from what we heard, it seemed like they were going to build out their own crazy multiverse. They were going to go nuts on this kind of stuff. And Madam Web seemed to be the connection to the multiverse, that this clairvoyance that she has, this crazy ability that she has, it expands beyond her own universe, and it's all in the Spider-Verse, the multiverse of Spider-Man. And if you've ever read like Spider-Verse or, even watched the movie, although I would say the comic books do a better job of explaining this, there are cosmic certainties and a web of fate that is spun around each Spider-Man. And each Spider-Man has their own very unique thing that they must do and sort of just cosmic cause and effect, really, that is directly tied to them. Okay, Peter has this. Even Kane has this, right, to a degree, because Kane is the one that ultimately defeats the Spider-Queen, has the other when they're fighting Morlun and some of the other, like, universal vampire dudes. It's also, Kane is also really, really important in that regard because he has the other in him as well. So it seems like they're going to do some wild stuff over there. The question is, now that we think that Feige has sort of come up with a new idea with new goals and that they are now going to really have more connective tissue between the MCU and Sony, I mean, without getting, any direct spoilers, it really, really feels, it really, really is beginning to feel like Sony and Marvel are working together, like hardcore working together. You know what I mean? Like, we think that it's very possible that Venom might even show up in No Way Home. You know what I mean? And we think Tom Holland might even show up in Venom. Rumors, all of that kind of stuff. We don't know what the answer is. By the way, can we get some smizashes of the Liz Ike button? And are we doing okay? Is the connection all right? Everybody all right? Please smizash the like button if you would be so kind. So because that is now going on, right? We think it's possible that this Madam Web plan may well have gotten some notes and some adjustments by Kevin Feige himself. We recall a lot of different moments where this happened. Remember, I always go back to the Olivia Wilde thing. The Olivia Wilde thing is crazy to me. The Olivia Wilde thing where she was like, she's working on the Spider-Woman movie, the Jessica Drew thing. And then she's like, oh, but I can't say anything about that or Kevin Feige will snipe me. Why would Kevin Feige have anything to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, why would he have anything to do with that? Some of these other crazy things that we're hearing, like when Tyrese comes out and he's like, yo, it's all in the MCU. I'm signed up for 3 movies and I'm in the MCU. Maybe. You know what I mean? So let's look at this, which was posted last year. Okay, so we just talked about the report from Collider in 2019. Now let's talk about this report from the Direct in 2020. Okay. Throughout the years, Sony's Spider-Man movie universe has been growing. From 2002 to 2019, the studio has officially produced a total of 9 movies centered around New York's famous web slinger, which includes Sam Raimi's trilogy, Mark Webb's 2 movies, Into the Spider-Verse, Venom, and of course Tom Holland's Spider-Man flicks in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These films have their fair share of ups and downs throughout, but that doesn't stop Sony from exploring the other characters from the Spider-Man lore. In the mid-2010s, the studio was eager to build a shared, amazing Spider-Man universe similar to the MCU, one that would involve villains, the Sinister Six, and side characters like Black Cat. But their plans were shut down after the disappointing box office cum, that's such a weird word, of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Instead, Sony made a deal with Disney in 2015 to share the rights of Spider-Man so that the hero could finally cross over with the Avengers in the wider MCU. This led to resounding success both critically and financially. However, this original deal between the two studios only involved 5 MCU movies. This would mean that a new one would need to be made. Ultimately, this led to a well-documented standoff between Sony and Marvel last year. Upon clearing the air, with a little help from Tom Holland, a new agreement was made and let Spider-Man stay in the MCU for at least 2 more MCU movies before he would then cross cinematic universes. That's the words that Kevin Feige used in Sony's universe. The MCU connections that are being teased in both Morbius and Venom Let There Be Carnage have left fans to wonder if both films are already set within the world of the Avengers or if they are loosely set in an alternate universe which resembles the MCU. Interestingly, an upcoming spin-off film in the form of Madam Web could help explain how this all is working. Okay, so we got more talking about Madam Web here. We already just went over a bunch of her stuff, her support system, blah, blah, blah. She has a plethora of abilities, including telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition. The most notable ones is her connection with a mysterious force called Web of Life and Destiny. This is what I was talking about before. Bruh, don't you be saying that, Veed. Damn it, Susan. What's she doing? Is she farting down there in the thing again? Jeez. And look, I want to get plenty of Q&A in. I really want to know what y'all got to say about this. So let's get through this. Let me blurb a little bit more, and then we'll get some of y'all in here, okay? Hey, let's all behave, says William. That's how I know we're really off the rails, when somebody's saying stuff like that. Okay. So, Web of Life and Destiny, which encompasses past, present, and future. Essentially, this web holds the multiverse together. Furthermore, the mystical force is said to be the root power source of every hero with spider powers across the multiverse. That's that shit I was talking about. Because of this, Madam Web is aware of Peter Parker's Spider-Man, which makes her an ally and even a mentor for the web-slinging hero. Oh, look at that. The Web of Life and Destiny. It says here, the web needs them. Needs all of you. We barely avoided disaster today through valor and courage. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Web of Life and Destiny. Really cool. Unfortunately, Madam Web met her tragic end at the hands of Kraven the Hunter when the latter captured and tortured her to gain information about Spider-Man's life. Nevertheless, the character's death was not the end of her road for the Madam Web persona, as it was revealed that she transferred all of her powers to Julia Carpenter, a version of Spider-Woman. Being a younger and much more active heroine, Carpenter became the second coming of Madam Web, complete with all the precognition abilities of the original character. Given the rich and somewhat complex backstory of Madam Web, it still comes as a surprise that for many that Sony has taken a chance to develop a spin-off film based on the character. Yeah, it's wild. So they talk about the report that Collider had in 2019. Script is being penned, and just now recently, Variety revealed in a report that veteran TV director S.J. Clarkson, Jessica Jones and Bates Motel, is attached to the project, and Sony is potentially eyeing an A-lister like Charlize Theron or Amy Adams for the lead role. Dude, Amy Adams, Madam Web, I'm in. Sign me up. It remains to be seen if the spinoff will be Cassandra or Julia Carpenter. So, let's talk about how this could lead into the multiverse. If the movie does see the light of day, which it damn sure seems like it's going to now. This will not be the first foray into the multiverse concept. The MCU is diving deep into its own realities in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and Loki and all this other stuff that we know now. Which begs the question, could these movies potentially connect to one another? Or will both of them ignore each other completely? The idea of incorporating the multiverse in a live action offers a rare opportunity to finally connect the two universes together. Now, we really feel like, obviously, that's the way things are going now. As previously mentioned, the Web of Life and Destiny could hold the key for Tom Holland's Spider-Man to be involved in both the MCU and Sony shared universe. As explained in Marvel's Spider-Verse comic event, through the Web of Life and the so-called Spider Totems, which are every universe's Spider-Man, Madam Web has the ability to transport to any version of the Spider-Man across the multiverse. Holy shit. By doing so, the character can effectively transfer the MCU Spider-Man into Sony's Marvel Universe to help out in any potential conflict. Man, are they going to do Moreland and like Spider-Verse type stuff? This is all really, really intriguing stuff, man. Really, really intriguing. So let's kind of just go down here. It says that while the scenario is a long shot, it effectively lays new ground for Spider-Man stories that present a win-win for both Sony and Disney. Sony's MCU potential endgame, a live-action Spider-Verse film. Dude, for sure. The Oscar-winning Into the Spider-Verse film produced the unthinkable when it showed up in a team of several Spider-Based heroes to save the multiverse after the movie's massive success. Critical success for sure. Financial, not so much. Many fans are already pitching a live-action version of the film. Dude. Now we know that they're doing Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield in the movie. So now it really feels like the Spider-Verse with these different Spider-Men that are totems, right? And Madam Web, that could be sort of an integral way to bring this all together. Now, let me give you my thoughts on this, my brief thoughts on this, okay? I guess the main thought that I have, the main idea here is please, 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 nerdy gods, let it be that Kevin Feige helped out with this, okay? Because Madam Web is a crazy character. The Spider-Verse is a crazy concept. And I would be a little bit nervous if Sony was just doing this, like, just to be honest with you. Just to be honest with you. So, as long as Feige had something to do with this, I actually think it's pretty freaking great. Robert Jones, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers at a diamond badge level, my man. Welcome back. This presents some really awesome opportunities. Spider-Verse is fun in Marvel Comics, okay? Spider-Verse is fun. You have the ability to start leading towards almost like a Thanos level event. And there's a couple of different things they could do, right? They could lean into the Venom stuff, go with the Clintar, go with symbiotes, the Black King, go with Null, the symbiote god, which would be crazy and potentially could be multiversal threat. You could go with Moreland. What are the name of the vampires in the Moreland that are all related to Moreland? Can somebody tell me? What are the name of those vampire peoples? They have a cool name. I forget what they are. Dude, Vito says, I love it. I'm all about Spider-Verse and all about this Sony shit. I'm so hyped. I'm on the edge of my freaking seat right now, and I can't believe it. Thanks, Vid. Appreciate you. Yeah, what are the name of those dudes? The dudes? Gamble 616, my man. The Inheritors, I think. Yeah. I think that's what they are. So they're like vampires, bruh. And they be after these totems. So that kind of stuff could be really, really fun because you could do all sorts of stuff. I mean, obviously having Toby, Andrew, and Tom further hang out over in Sony movies would be really, really fun. I don't know if that's on the table. And this is where it kind of gets into the crazy speculation, right? Like, man, one of these guys could die at the end of the No Way Home movie, right? It could be Andrew, it could be Toby, it could even be Tom. I highly doubt it would be Tom. That would be crazy. But hey, maybe it's Andrew and he's slain. What if like the end of the movie is like Moreland comes through and like soul sucks him and kills him and snaps him in the neck and all that? My bad. This is just what we talked about when we first heard of Madam Web. What are you talking about? That we're talking about something that we already talked about? Oh, I'm sorry, Veed. Every show must be completely novel. And that's not like an ongoing conversation between me, big sweaty nerd in the Nerd Vengers Tower, and all of you. Oh, man. This Veed, I tell ya. Dude, and your Tekken game's weak, dog. Yeah. I found some homies online. I was like, yo, how good is he at Tekken? And they were like, nah, bruh. Nah. He's wiggity whack at Tekken. So there you go, Veed. There you go with that. Now, what else did we talk about 6 months ago? Let me try to remember it all. So this would be pretty crazy. I think obviously the updates now, Veed, is the fact that we do know that there's a lot of connective tissue between them. And so this plan seems to be actually transpiring. It's ambitious. It's crazy. And it also could be a lot of fun. I guess the question for me is, will they be taking Tom to go play around in the Spider-Verse, and will he not be in the MCU? Like, are we gonna go through a time period here where they're like, "Where's Spider-Man?" And literally Spider-Man and all the peeps are like, "Oh yeah, he's out in the multiverse meeting other Spider-Man, doing stuff with that crazy blind lady." You know what I mean? Could be that. But again, I think the real hope is of that, because we now have, more and more evidence that Feige's actually been helping them out, that hopefully these plans that they had in 2019, and they were probably like, we don't need Feige. Like, y'all remember that? Who was it that said that? I think it was like Avi Arad or Tom Rothman was like, we don't need Feige. And the internet was like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. Shut your mouth and do it. Shut your mouth and listen to the Feige. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's go over just a couple of more news pieces here, and then we'll get into some of the super chats. We'll do some Q&A. This one's kind of interesting, guys. Again, coming from Daniel. Apparently, Miss Marvel's powers are going to change in the MCU. And she'll still have her becoming bigger, like changing herself, powers. But it'll look more like this, like Green Lantern, not so much Mr. Fantastic. And she'll have like a exoskeleton of energy that is created around her. Okay? And so I'd like to know, just straight up, let me know. Yes or no? Do you like this change? Are you down with Miss Marvel? I mean, some of you guys are like, dude, I don't give a shit about Miss Marvel. In beginning, yes. In begin. Seems weird. It seems like an insult. You know what I mean? It seems like something you wouldn't want to be called on the playground. You know what I mean? RJ Brando says, my favorite character in the comics, can't believe they're ruining her. I am sorry, bro. If I beat you in Halo or Tekken, I'll shave my head. Bruh, you don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke with the Halos over here. Masma says, I'm iffy on it. If they get her personality right, that would be cool. Yeah, so, look, I don't know, man. To me, this seems a little bit weird. And I wonder if they're going to make her inhuman or if they're gutting the inhuman part as well. I've heard some crazy shit about that, which would be wiggity whack, to be honest with you. And I don't like... It's weird from a story perspective, too, because there was one part in Miss Marvel's story, because she can shapeshift, right? And she literally shapeshifts to look something like Carol Danvers. She's a big fangirl of Carol Danvers, and she shapeshifts to be this white, blonde chick with blue eyes, basically. And there's this part of like her realizing this like sort of version of herself that she saw and how it's inauthentic and how she should be able to be more comfortable being who she is and being the best version of her. And I actually felt like that was pretty interesting, and they can't do anything like that with what they're doing here. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It's just weird. And for me, not the biggest fan of Miss Marvel. Gonna check it out. But if it's Miss Marvel without the royal family and without the Inhumans, like, is it though? Like, is it though? Okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't know what will come of this, but it's wild as fuck. That's for sure. So, yeah, Ditko and the estate of Mr. Ditko from back in the day is literally sending copyright notices and copyright termination for Doc Strange and Spider-Man in the books. Okay, now I don't fully know what this means, but I'm assuming. Let's see here. Let's read this. On the 26th of August, Patrick S. Ditko, the brother of the late Steve Ditko and ambassador of his estate, registered 2 notices of copyright termination against Marvel Entertainment for the first appearances of Doc Strange and Spider-Man in comic books. Doc Strange, Master of Black Magic, published in Strange Tales, Volume Number 1. Notice of termination under 17 U.S.C. Section 304, date and manner. Crazy, bro. That's wild. Spider-Man, published in Amazing Fantasy Volume 1. Notice of termination of grant under 17 blah, 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 blah. So, what? What does this even mean, bro? This same thing was used by the Siegel estate regarding DC Comics and Superman from that case. So it looks like he seemed to have no interact in pursuing Marvel for any legal compensation of the creation and used both characters in comic book, blah, 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 blah. Both Doctor Strange and Spider-Man have big movies coming up, but what about the termination of copyright? Is it a thing? Or it is a thing and was used here. Determining when a license or transfer can be terminated is complicated. The basic rule for works created and assigned prior to 1978 is that termination can be effective any time within a 5-year window that opens exactly 56 years from the digital copyright. Wow, that's weird. So, if, as in Siegel, a copyright was secured on April 18th, 1938, the 5-year termination window opened in 1994, but that window is missed. The work was in its renewal term in 1998. The second-year window opened 75 years after the copyright. Shuter's heirs are seeking to take advantage of this provision, having given notice to their intent to terminate in 2013. Wow. If a work was first cataloged or assigned after 1978, the termination can generally be effective anytime. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it's going to mean, but what a bold, ballsy thing for them to do. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. They'll probably just have to like pay him, put Ditko on the movies or something like that. Who knows for sure. Pretty wild. And then there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know if this is actually going to happen or not. But if this does actually happen, this will be ridiculous. How many of you guys remember the writer's strike? Put a 1 into the chat if you remember the writer's strike. And you remember how crazy that was back in the day. 14 years ago now. You know what I mean? 14 years ago. Pretty wild. So, in today's news, it is possible that an International Association of Theatrical Stage Employees might go on strike, and that some 60,000 members could be walking off the job, most of whom are based in LA. And a strike would lead to a nationwide shutdown of TV and film production because 3 of local 700, 800 are national unions. That's crazy to me. So I saw some people like talking about this on Instagram and whatnot. I don't know if it's a thing, but it's something I wanted to mention just in case it does become a thing. And then we'll like talk back. We'll look back at this and be like, damn, so this is why we're not going to get any movies or TV for a while. Has to do with that. And that's your news. By the way, Vito, you are not welcome on the call-outs. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there. Vito's not welcome on the call-outs. About this close to getting banned forever as well, Vid. So just shut your mouth when you're talking to me, smash the like button, and see yourself out of the tower. Okay, let's get into the Super Chats. Let's talk and go over what peeps are saying in the Super Chats. I will say, as I always do, the stream is brought to you by the lovely people in the chat with the badge next to their name. The Nerdvengers, the greatest online community the world has ever known. Keep the lights on over here in the tower. All of them incredible people except for Vito. So join the Nerdvengers today. Do it. Do it. Do it now. And we will be getting in on the calls in just a second as well here. So let us see here as I get into these super chats. Proxy was first in today with a $5 holler. Says, securing my spot for the call-in, LOL. By the way, morning Nerd Vengeance. Right on, Proxy. I'll give you a call in a little bit. Terremonto says, with a $10 holla, says, good morning, bro. Can you spill any tea on Miles Morales being in the MCU? Unfortunately, I cannot. The only rumor that I've heard is that they will do a Miles Morales over at Sony, and they will likely do a Miles Morales in the 616 as well. So in the Feige MCU thing, they'll do one, and then they'll do one over at Sony. And then, holy mother-loving lover mothers, Timothy Gregg with a $50 holler says, got a promotion at work and have had to be away. I've missed hanging out with the Nerd Vengers. Hopefully, I'll have a bit more time now. Dude, very generous super chat. Congratulations on your promotion, my friend. And yeah, hopefully you got more time. Pop on into the tower. Check out the Discord, you know. Do the things, man. Do the things. Appreciate you, Timothy. For real. Eddie H with a $10 holler says, hello, all Nerd Vengers. With a smiley face, man. Super generous. Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate that. Green Bear with a $5 holler says, so notice that next Friday, in addition to Venom, The Many Saints of Newark also comes out. You excited? Let me hear a hell's yas in the chat. P.S. Take my money. The Many Saints of... What? What the hell? What the heck is that? Let me check it out. Oh, it's a Sopranos spinoff or something like that? Huh? Oh, it's a film. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd have to check that out. I'm not the biggest Sopranos guy, just being real. I haven't seen the show, really. So it's not really my thing. But yeah, I'm excited for Venom for sure. So definitely be checking that out Thursday night. I'll give you guys like a raw reaction that night, and then we'll do a breakdown next Friday at 10:30. We'll do like a live spoiler breakdown of it. So let's see here. Cam K says with a $5 holler says, when they jump, lizard equal falling from tower. Electro equal when being overcharged by yellowish lightning. Doc in river. Green Goblin before glider. And Sandman equal truck fight. Yeah, so that's kind of, I think, the logic out there. I'm not 100% on it, but yeah, that's what it seems like is like the last thing they remember. But I think they actually remember dying. So like they remember like dying and like fade to black, I think. I don't know. Chef Moriarty says, Josh, try giving Chet a kick in his Chetnicals to get him in line. Yeah, dude, Chet's the worst. Chet is literally the worst, but we only pay him $0.25 a day. So I can't really complain that much. So it's all good, Chet. You're good, baby. And the real Jesse Lee Reed follows up and says, if Tom Holland has any integrity, he won't be making any Sony bullshit movies without Marvel. Well, I don't know about that, bro. I mean, first of all, he's a working actor, you know what I mean? And I believe he signed not to play Spider-Man for Marvel, but he signed to play for Sony. Now, he was introed in Civil War. I don't even fully understand like how that all worked, but his contract's with Sony. And then the contract between Sony and Marvel is what allows Feige to produce and them to use him in other Marvel movies. So it's all about Sony. Like, Sony owns that license, bro. So he has to do what they say, right? And I remember even when they split it back in 2019, when they split it up, you know, Tom Holland said basically something to the effect, like at first he was really like broken up about it. And then he said, no, I'm excited about the plans that Sony has. You know, I'm excited about our plans. It's going to be really, really fun. We did a lot of fun stuff with Marvel. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff with Sony. So I don't agree, but I understand people are not loving Sony, so I totally get it. Prince Zodiac says with a $5 holler says, could Feige have traded MCU characters to Sony for video games as long as he produces the Spider-Man characters in movies? Insomniac has a Wolverine game. No, I think those are different licenses. So I think they're different licenses. And besides, That's actually a great question. I don't know. I don't think there's trades going on in that regard. I don't think so. But it's not like Marvel has a deal with any video game studio. It's not like Marvel's like an Xbox company. It's not like Marvel's like all about PC or whatever. Like if I were Marvel, I'd probably be just looking to get a good deal. And who's going to give me the good deal? Who's going to develop? Who wants the license? You know, et cetera, et cetera. Jake says with a $2 says, you play the Avengers game? Kamala plays a huge part. No, I didn't play that game. I was pretty dead set against that game from the start. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's gotten much better over time. I know people love it, and that's cool if you're one of those people, but nah, man, I'm not a big fan. Enrique says, Super Smash Bros. Animated Universe. Think about it. Yeah. Why not? It'd be cool. You know, a lot of mixed feelings out there about the Mario movie. A lot of mixed feelings, like Chris Pratt playing Mario. I think it's dope. I think that whole cast is fun. You know what I mean? So, look, I don't know. A lot of people were upset about that, though, yesterday. I found that to be pretty interesting online. Rick O'Reilly says with a $5 holla, Marvel makes movies when they have great ideas. Sony just gives unnecessary solo films to random characters they think they can milk from their IP. I don't know. That's characterizing it in a pretty negative light. I would say Sony has a lot more studio interference, and they probably make a lot more corporate-y decisions. But I don't think they're making decisions based on milking the IP. I mean, Venom's really popular for sure. And they were like, yeah, let's do Venom and let's make Venom and all that. But like to say, like, it's just really reductive, right? To just be like, Sony doesn't care. Like, I think they care. And I think there's a lot of people over there that care, including Tom Hardy. So I don't know if I could agree with that. I understand the Sony hate. I'm just not there. You know what I mean? Terremoto follows up with another very generous $10 holla and says, how long is the contract for Sony to own the rights of Spider-Man? As far as I understand it, as long as they keep making movies, they've got that license. They will hold that license in perpetuity as long as they keep making movies, which is pretty wild. Right? And, you know, some people are like, oh, Marvel's got to get that back. Like, Marvel would pay X amount of money to get it back. I don't really think so. And one of the results of the Fox X-Men deal for me, like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four coming into the MCU, is that they don't necessarily need Spider-Man as much. Like, dude, for sure, Spider-Man's crazy popular. One of the most important characters there ever were. If I was Feige, I'd really want Spider-Man, which is obviously why he's doing all this crazy stuff to try to work out a deal. But at the same time, you've got the X-Men and you've got the Fantastic Four. That's pretty solid, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty solid. And you have a ton of characters that you haven't tapped into at all. So, Sony's probably going to hold on to that for a long time. Hey, maybe there would have been a deal worked out or something, but especially in light of the new distribution deal that Sony is doing. Bruh, I don't think they're ever giving that license back. Rick O'Reilly says, Marvel makes movies. Oh, we already went over that. Yeah, we went over that. Just some more Sony hate. And I get you. More power to you. Okay, Big Stevie says, and then we're going to do some call-ins here. Big Stevie says, Madam Spider, Spider Mom, whatever. I'm just here to see Vito get banned. Yeah. I don't know. We love Veed, but Veed gonna Veed. Vito gonna veto, as they say. You know what I mean? Vito gonna veto, as they say. Okay, so now if you are a member on the Discord, go over to the members only section, and I'm gonna start a stage. And I'm gonna make it members only call-ins. I'm going to start this stage over here, okay? Let me double check to make sure that my audio is good here. Okay, cool. And so you can head on over to that stage and just raise your hand, and I can let you in on the call. We'll go one at a time. Just keep it to like a minute or two, guys. Oh, and let me get the fancy thing popped up. Yeah? Should I move that to the other corner there? I think it should maybe go over here. Is that too much? Like there? That seems good. So how do people... Stage settings. Can people raise their hand or join the stage or what? Kendall's in here? Kendall, how'd you get in here? It says you're muted, bro.
I don't know.
Hey, you're in. What's up, my friend? Hang on, let me turn this music down. Let me pause that. Kendall, you're live. You're on the call. What's up?
What is going on, Josh? How's it going, man?
It is going. Look, everybody can get in. Well, we clearly have done this the correct way. Anyway.
Yeah, the floodgates are open.
Yeah, it's open? How do I, close it or whatever? Let me see here. Stage settings.
I think you got to change it to where we request to, come on stage.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, how you do that, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that anyways. Well, we'll try to get it sorted out for next week. You know, we've had issues with this. Each week it seems like there's something that goes wrong with it. But anyways, brother, how are you, man? How's the little sensei?
Little sensei's doing good. He's right here listening in to the stream with me.
Nice, dude.
Get some editing done. So, but yeah, man. Look, I just want to ask you, what did you? I wasn't hip on the stream, but what did you think about episode 7, bro? Of What If?
Yeah.
For me, man, it was the biggest letdown of the series until the Captain Marvel scenes and the Ultron scenes. Just, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so, I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel the same way. I had fun with the episode, but, I don't know, man. I personally, for me, I feel like about maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, I had this feeling where I was like, man, this is just not going to hit the way I thought. You know what I mean? And, people have different problems with What If for different reasons. But I think one of the biggest problems is, the pacing of the show. There are some crazy good episodes, and then there are just other episodes like this one that feel very much you don't really need to watch it. And, in fact, the show is so self-aware that it's it almost... makes you realize that at the end with just Ultron coming out and you're just whoa, what the hell is this, right? I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't crushed by it, but I was dang, that's the Party Thor episode, and I was okay, well, I guess I probably have to just recalibrate how I feel about What If and maybe the future for it. Some of these characters are definitely still gonna be in the MCU moving forward, but it just doesn't feel... It doesn't have that same connective tissue. It doesn't have that same, MCU vibe overall. And yeah, I was fairly, I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but just kind of if there's two ways, it's I immediately shut off, and I'd have to. It would do a lot. The show would need to do a lot to take me back into this level of hype. Where now I'm kind of more settled in to just be it is what it is, if that makes sense. Permission
better pay off. When pay off better things. And that's it. That's it for me. The Ultron stuff, he was coming in through a multiversal portal.
Little bit of breaking up there, my guy. Sorry, I missed a little bit of that.
I mean, I was just saying if versal portal, all I'm saying. And we got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to see. That's a bunch of stuff in the trailers that we haven't seen yet. Him talking with Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange talking with Peggy Carter, Shuri, and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get off, man. But I just want to, give what you thought on episode 7.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I appreciate that, and I'd say that one, it doesn't bug me, but it just is a clear indicator that we're just not going in the direction I thought. And I will say, even with Visions, Visions, even though I liked it, was also, I don't want to say a letdown, because that's not the right way to say it, but it's okay, it just got to recalibrate sort of how I feel about it. There's 2 or 3 episodes of Visions that I think are absolutely phenomenal. And overall, it's just a fun treat. But it's not necessarily as hyped as I thought it would end up being. I think a 7 out of 10 is super fair for the series overall. And if you're not really into anime, like, dude, there's really not a lot for you in Visions. You know what I mean? So, uh, it almost feels like both the big
Mm.
studios, and we cover a lot of their stuff, obviously. Both of them in their first foray into animation just kind of stumbled a little bit. You know what I mean? Just didn't have their feet completely underneath them. So that's kind of my take on that. But Cameron, you're on the line, man. What's up?
Hey Josh, I just had a quick question. It was about Tobey Maguire. He's not really like out there as much as Andrew Garfield is.
Yeah.
Like interviewing wise. Why do you think that is? Is it just because he's just been out of the spotlight for such a long time, or?
Yeah, I do. I think that's a big part of it. I would say that he has less work going on right now, so he's just naturally doing less interviews. Like Andrew's just doing more projects, and he just seems to be out there more. Toby does have a big movie coming up. I forget which one it is, but it is more or less the first big movie he's been involved with in a long, long time. So
Yeah, I think that movie is called Babylon, and I
okay.
think a lot of people, a lot of big stars are going to be in it. So hopefully, with that movie coming out, he can be back in the spotlight. And yeah, I think yeah, it'll be great to see Toby back in the spotlight. If he does show up in No Way Home, which I'm 95% sure he will. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that was just my question, Josh.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I appreciate it. And it's fun too that there's still mystery there. Like and I've been thinking about a lot about this throughout this week, and that is I've got to do a better job of being like, "Hey man, this is all rumor for now. Like we don't know." You know what I mean? Like we don't fully know, you know? And I think I sometimes get ahead of myself and I will believe certain insiders that I think are really good. And then I sort of set my expectations in a weird way. So for me, like I think Toby and Andrew, I mean, at this point, like so many leaks and different things that are out there, but they've also done a lot of reshooting and a lot of like changing. So the movie could be different than we think it is. Regardless, I do believe Toby and Andrew will be in there and maybe even do more stuff beyond that, which is really cool. Let's go to Proxy
Hey,
next.
Josh,
Trev, yes.
1 second. Just letting you know, I'm moving people out as you're doing stuff, right? Like I'm moving people off,
Cool.
and on and all that stuff. So just letting you know, okay?
All right, appreciate you, brother, for sure. Proxy, what's up, my friend? You are on the call.
What's up, Josh? Can you hear me good?
I got you, brother. I can hear you all good.
Okay, so what I was thinking is, what if they get Miles Morales, right, to start off in the Sony universe and then get moved over to the 616, similar to how they did in the Ultimate Comics?
So Miles in the Sony universe and bring him over, kind of like what they did in like the Ultimates, right? Because in a post Secret Wars world,
Yep.
Miles is just over here. That could work.
Yeah, I think
And
it'd be
yeah,
a little Easter egg.
yeah, that could absolutely work. I just think that the little tease in I think it was the second Spider-Man movie, maybe it was the first one, where he's talking about his nephew, and it's Donald Glover and his character, which he
Yeah,
is
Aaron
playing the
Davis.
Prowler, right? So it seems like there could be a Miles in our universe and a Miles possibly in other universes, but yeah, some of that stuff could work, and I think it would be just fine. And I like Miles a lot. I think it would be sick, and I've been saying this for a long time, that if they did Donald Glover as a multiversal version of an older Miles, and he like him and Toby had some kind of relationship, like that would just be nuts to me if we saw those two being Spider-Man together. But no, it's a good question, it's a good take, and I would enjoy it. I would think it would be cool. Aiden, we got you up next, man. You're on the call. What's on your mind?
Yo, what's up? I finally got in.
Nice, bro. Good to
How
talk
are
to you.
you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a good Friday. It's been sort of a long week, a little slower on the news, but had some fun with the watch parties and just hanging out with y'all. So no, I'm good, man. I'm excited for the weekend though. What about you?
I'm good. Just work, man. Homework, work. It's a lot, but yeah, Visions was amazing, man. I had super fun with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like just the stories they were telling, and just to see new stories explored in Star Wars, it was crazy, man. I had so much fun with that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you did. And I like I said, I loved a lot of those. The first one's still my favorite. I was just looking into the novel a little bit more, and apparently the people that were writing the novel, they got to see like very early versions, and there were like three different versions of the duel at one time that then sort of got refined to the way that it is now. But I think that one to me stands like head and shoulders above all of the other ones. I really like the Ninth Jedi as well, and it's really fun, and the Elder's really cool. There's a lot of them that I like, but that one to me was so good. The sound design on point, the air of mystery, the way they utilized all the Star Wars fun. I mean, it's just so yeah, that one to me was really, really awesome. And I had a great time just watching that and experiencing it with you guys. That was awesome. Do you want
Yeah.
to see them do a second season? Would you want them to do like a second season, or perhaps just take some of these stories and do more versions of those?
I would like a second season. What I would think would work is like have a second season and explore some of the stories that they kind of like left, like the Ninth Jedi and Episode 1, like give those kind of part twos, but also have some episodes that are like totally different stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that would be
Kind
fun.
of like build off some and
Yeah.
then give some new ones.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It seemed like so many of them were almost like appealing for their second season. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way I took it. But yeah, I'd be down for more of that. Let's go to Bond Jedi Ranger next. And then we'll do Andre, and then we will get on out of here. So Bond Jedi Ranger, you're on the call. What's on your mind?
Hey, Josh, how are you, buddy?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Huge fan of obviously being a part of the Nerdvengers and covering my own stuff on Facebook with the Never Ending Research Division.
Nice.
Thank you. My question, real quick, what were your thoughts on the Loki being the Frost Giant on the episode? I honestly enjoyed the episode. I for one, it wasn't really for me a letdown for me. I think really, watching it on Wednesday, it was a very good episode. I mean, to see a Chris Hemsworth that is fun, and to see a Jane that was still attracted, even though obviously it was from a different universe.
Yeah.
But the real star of the show to me was Loki being a Frost Giant. I mean, that was funny. What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, I liked it a lot. It worked great in the episode. I love that he was actually a giant too, which was really cool. But it does sort of bring some questions into your mind, right? Like, what is the deal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with him in the regular MCU, I wonder if that'll ever be addressed. But dude, yeah, I liked it a lot. Like, especially again,
too,
him
man.
just
He
being
was-
huge. You know?
It was phenomenal. Essentially, like even though he was a giant, but he still Loki's not Loki, excuse me, Thor still treated him as his brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he said it's a brother from another mother. I mean, I like that, man. I dig that, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun.
That part was fun. That part was definitely fun. And there's a lot of fun things in this episode. I think that's kind of, that's kind of what it became. It became just a fun what if episode. As opposed to, I think what some of us are craving is just a little bit more connection, maybe an overarching story. We'll see. We still got a couple episodes, so I understand you loving it, and that's awesome, man. So, Andre, you are on the call. What's on your mind, man?
Okay. Can you hear me now, mate?
I got you, man. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Doing some work around the house, some renovations.
Nice.
Same old same.
Yeah.
First thing, Josh, I can only going to say one thing. That's an amazing community, and I love the Nerdvengers. So kudos to that. You made an awesome job.
Thank you.
And would like to know if you think about the whole thing, because you're quite a connected man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get like a full steam Spider-Verse in the
Yes.
No Way Home, and they're gonna make like a end battle, something like that, and then Miles Morales is gonna come on for a short second, and they're gonna make like everything is gonna continue in part 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that from what I understand of the movie, it will mainly focus on our Peter and his struggles, but the way that the other Spider-Man are involved is essentially because, yes, something goes wrong in the spell and these other villains come into our universe, but ultimately Peter is going to do something that, while I think is within Peter's character, is like a really bad idea. And essentially he will be responsible for these villains running and amok and causing all this chaos. I don't fully understand how the other Spider-Men come in. I think that might be something Doc Strange does to have them help out because they would know these villains better than anybody. It could just be something that's naturally happening. But I think that what'll really happen is a focus on our Peter and his growth and going through all this cosmic stuff and craziness and a lot of like teases of coming Spider-Verse stuff. But I don't think this movie's going to end full on Spider-Verse, although there will be some threads that I think could take us into a Spider-Verse direction. So a little bit of yes, a little bit of no, right? A little column A, a little column B, because, you know, many people are nervous about the movie being totally taken over and not really being Tom's story. I think there's a lot of care, from what I understand, being given to that exact thing. And so Tom Holland will have his story, and it's just interesting to juxtapose him against these other Spider-Man. But of course, this is a dope tease for fun things that can come. But I think a lot more of that will be done over on Sony's side. And, you know, I was thinking about this too. Tom Hardy's interview that we just went over a couple of days ago, he says, he's asked about the future in Venom 3, and he says, well, there's a Spider-Verse and there's a multiverse. I mean, it kind of seems like, again, he's been in meetings, he's been in conversations, he's educated, he knows the vernacular, he knows what to say. So I think you're probably going to get a lot of that Spider-Verse stuff being done over there. So I appreciate the question and the thought and the kind words, my friend. Hey, Trev, before we get out of here, you got anything you want to add to the combo? And I appreciate you helping out with this. I'll try to get with you over the weekend or something so we can adjust this. Trev? T-Rev? Trev? He might be on delay. Maybe it's Canadian internet. Maybe it's me, not him. All right, Trev, I'm gonna leave the stage. Love you, buddy. All right, I'm out of there. Hey, that was fun, and with a little bit more work on the technicals, we'll be able to get that down pat a little bit more next week. Let me see. Let me pull this up here. Pull that music back. I saw a couple of super chats come in late, so let me go over those right quick, and then we'll get on out of here. I will see everybody that's a Nerdventure Prime member today at noon, so come on back for that. Let's see here. Robert Jones says with a $5 holla, can we give a shout out to my son, Jordan Jones? He is brought me to the Nerdvengers. He's leaving for the Marine Corps boot camp next month. Oh, that's amazing, dude. Congratulations to him, man. That's going to be a crazy adventure for your son. And yeah, shout out to Jordan Jones, man. Thank you so much for your service. And thank you for introducing your dad to the Nerdvengers. That's pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. Aiden H says with the $5 holla, we need a whole live action trilogy around episode 2 Visions. Oh, man. Oh, man. I really didn't like Tatooine Rhapsody, but it's all good. If people loved it, I understand. You know what I mean? I understand, but yeah. Finto says, tried raising my hand in Discord, but it wouldn't work. Did you hear theory that Toby is 616 Uncle Ben, so his loss will hit Tom hard? Thank God it's Friday, all. I have heard that rumor. I haven't reported on it in a long time because I think it might have just been something that was on the table and then they removed it or whatever, but that would be absolutely nuts. And I think that originally came from Daniel Richtman, so it did originally come from a good source. And yeah, that would be wild, bro. Like, I don't know. I am hoping personally that there's still more fun, more crazy stuff going on in the movie that we don't know about. So that's my own personal hope. Vito, if you're in here, I still love you, Vid. I still love you. I'm just kidding around. Just kidding around, bro. Much love to Vid. Where would we be without Vito? By the way, they made a whole series about Boba Fett just because they knew Vito talking that ish. Right? I called up Dave Filoni I called up Uncle George, and I was like, bro, I got this dude. Follows the channels. He doesn't like Boba Fett. What if we did? Could you, Uncle George? What if you fucking, you know? And then George called Dave, and then we all got in the room. We were passing this huge blunt around. You know what I mean? We were passing just this mega time blunt around, and Dave was like, basically like, so you want me to do a whole Boba Fett show? Yeah, and I was like, yo, pass me that shit. And I was like, yeah, man. Tell him, Uncle George, a whole Boba Fett show would be sick. I passed it to George, and he was like, well, yeah, I agree. I think Boba Fett, incredible character, a lot of fun, exciting stuff in there. And I was like, dude, you're camping that. You're camping that blunt, Uncle George. And he was like, oh, bitch, I made Star Wars. You shut your mouth and wait. And then he just kept toking on, and I was like, damn, dude. And then we got a bunch of pizzas. And we played a bunch of video games. It was awesome. You know. And it's like that Modest Mouse song. You know? I guess sometimes life's okay. We all float on. RF Gaming Channel with a $2 holler says, Chet knocked up Susan. You didn't hear it from me. Oh, shit. Is the tower going to still be standing when I come back on Sunday? Hope you have a great time gaming and vegging out. Thank you, Diamond Joe. I appreciate the love, man. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, man. My brain isn't all over the place. A lot on my brain. I just need to veg out, just chill with my cousin, man, like we did back in the day. Back in the day, man. Me and my cousin used to skateboard, and we used to just go around skateboarding, and everybody, we were pests, and can't believe these guys, they're tearing up the friggin', you know, this, that, second, and the third. We're just trying to do some sick grinds and flip a board around and land on it. Yo, did anybody hit a 99 or 100 today? Last thing, we're going to get out of here. I know I'm dragging it on. This is like the third Lord of the Rings. It's going to end 60 times. Did anybody roll a 99 or 100 today? Just let me know that before we go. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Anybody? Couple people? Holy shit. Masma says, it was worth it just to learn some sleight of hand. Yeah, I love that song. You did? All right, well, as long as it was just someone cool like Masmas. Who else got it, though? Who else got it? Whoa! Jared Lovebridge gambled 10,000? Holy shit. Ooh. That's still pretty good, though. Vito, you're banned for sure. Somebody ban that man. Ban him. Got it 98. Ooh. Pretty close. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here. Much love to you all. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys are awesome, man. Even Veed. Much love. See you in the next one. do it like these. Did everybody go? Is everybody gone? I just got one thing to say. I'm Ricky Bobby, and if you don't shoot Big Red, then fuck you. Oh, and